Hare Krishna. Jai Nitai, Jai Nitai. Jai Nityananda ki Jai Ho. Nityananda Prabhu, please bless us all. Today is your appearance day. You appeared for a particular reason, to give your mercy, causeless mercy on all those, who love you. And we in Coventry love you very much. We love you. We love Eka Chakra. And it's been a great festival this morning. This beautiful Abhishek. And now the dressing, and like to thank all the pujaris involved. And later on, I'll mention their names. But now, without further ado, we're going into the Aarti, Gora Aarti. And hey, Sachinanda Nityananda, looking so beautiful. And please enjoy the beauty of our two brothers who are going to give you mercy. So, Jai Nidai, over to the temple, please.
Jaya Gaura Chande Aroti Kasho Janavitavane Jagamanalova Dakine Nityananda Bame Gadadar Nikateya Advaita Shrini Vasa Chatradara Muse Yache Gorachan Ratna Singasane Yache Gorachan Aroti Korena Brahma Adi Devagane Hari Adi Puri Chamarulaya Sanjaya Mukunda Vasu Sadigaya Shankar Baje Ganta Baje Baje Karatala Madhura Pridanga Baje Paramanasala Shankabaji Gantabaji Madur 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 Baji Shankabaji Gantabaji Madur 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 Baji Madur 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 Baji Madur 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 Baji Taigura Haribol 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 Taigura Haribol 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 Bahu Koti Chandra Jini Vadan Ujvala Gala de Sevana Mala Kore Jalamala Shiva Shukranarada Preme Gada Gada Bhakati Vinoda Dekhe Gorara Sampada Shiva Jaya Jaya Gaurachande Arutik Shobha Janavita Javade Jagamanaloba Gurangera Rotik Shobha Jagajanamana Gorangera Rutik Shobha Jaga Janamana Loba Jaga Janamana Loba Jaga Janamana Loba Nitya Gura Haribo 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 Nitya Gura Haribo Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Vasatya Desatarine Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Giriraj, Jaya Giriraj, Jaya Giriraj. Jaya Shri Madhusudan, Jaya Shri Madhusudan, Shri Madhusudan, Jaya Shri Madhusudan. Jaya Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman Jagannath Swami Nayana Patagami Nayana Patagami Bhavat me. Jai Jagannath Swami Jai Jagannath Jai Shama Sundar Jai Jagannath. Jai Baladeva, Jai Subhadra, Jai Maharaj, Jai Subhadra, Jai Baladeva. Jai Sachinandana Gaura Hari, Vishnu Priya Pranadana Nadi Hari. Nityananda Ram, Jaya Nityananda Ram, Nityananda Ram, Jaya Nityananda Ram. Nityananda Ram, Jaya Nityananda Ram, Nityananda Ram, Bole Nityananda Ram. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gora Hari Bam, Hari Bam, Hari Bam, Hari Bam. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur, Nitai Gaur, Nitai Gaur, Nitai Gaur.
Gora Premananda Hari Bol Jai Om Vishnupad Paramamsa Parivrajacharya Stotra Sat Shri Srimad His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai His Gandhuri Founder Acharya Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada Shri Shri Satyananda Nityananda Chan Ki Jai Shri Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Ki Jai Shri Shri Radha Madhav Shri Radharman Lal Ki Jai Shri Manima Shri Madhusudan Shri Giriraj Ki Jai Prem Se Go Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityanand Shri Advaita Gadada Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai Bhakti Devi Tulsi Maharani Ki Jai Namacharya Haridas Thakur Ki Jai Hare Krishna Maha Mantra Ki Jai Hari Nam Sankirtan Yagya Ki Jai Transcendental Book Distribution Ki Jai ISKCON Coventry Yatra Ki Jai ISKCON Worldwide Yatra Ki Jai Gaura Premananda Hari Bol Ganga Mai Yamuna Mai Saraswati Mai Ki Jai Shri Nityananda Trayodashi Mahotsav Ki Gaura Premananda Hari Bol all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to Shri Guru Shri Gauranga. We will now be remembering the following people for blessing their blessings, but on today also Nityananda Prabhu's blessings. I'll just get the names up. Just So we are remembering the departed souls, Putiban Keshwala, Janakraj Prabhu, mother and mother-in-law, Bhakta Rubin, and Murchandbhai Chauhan, Damodar's father-in-law. We're also remembering amongst our leaders, His Holiness Jayapataka Swami, His Holiness Lokanath Swami, His Holiness Gopal Krishna Swami, and the many other ISKCON gurus and leaders who are suffering around the world, and all members of their care teams. We are also remembering His Grace Jananivas Prabhu, Bhaktin Rita and Lester, Rita Vadgama's mother, Pradip Pankan and his daughter Reena, Lucky Roy, Lakshmano Dedra, Prem Manjari, Shraddha Devi, Srimati, Prem Malan, Chalpati Rao, Chiguru Srinivas, Satyanarayan Prabhu, Bibigo Prabhu, Gorahari Prabhu and his mother, John, Davinder, Kishabai Thakur, Daniel House, and many other devotees who may be suffering around the world, and for the general well-being of the whole world. And if any names we have forgotten, please remember them while we sing this arati. Hare Krishna.
Narasingaya Jayine
jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai, Nitai Gaur Pramanande, Hari Hari.
That was wonderful, Aarti. It really, really is nice. The altar is looking so nice. And remember, today is Valentine's Day. And all our love, we give it to Nityananda Prabhu. And look at the altar. It's got hearts all over. And they chose the blue color, blue blood, for we're in Britain. So in Britain, it's blue blood, pure royal. So Nityanand is enjoying the love of all the devotees in Coventry, Rugby, Birmingham, Leicester, wherever you're tuned in from. It's wonderful that we feel love in our hearts. And on Valentine's Day, people are presenting their love to the ones they like, and cards are written and flowers are given. And Nityanand decides to have his appearance day on 14th this year. And it was so nice. The focus was on the Lordship. But I hope you all remember to give a card and flowers to your Dharmpatnis as well. So don't fall out with your partners. But the main one is our Nityanandram. Bolo Jai Nitai. Jai Nitai. So Pujari Dev, Pranava, Satya, Vidurani, Vidur, Sudarshan, Titiksha, all of you worked so hard and made the altar amazing. Really, really proud of you. And today, Premanji and I, we had the chance to dress up Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra. So it's absolutely, engaging. And I do feel that many of you are not able to attend at the moment, but more and more, I think we just wait a few months and maybe it'll be all right then to start having live kirtans. And it'll be lovely to see it. Jai Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra, look beautiful. Jai, thank you. We are so fortunate in Coventry that we have links with Eka Chakra. Eka Chakra is where, Nityanand was born to Padmavati, Hadai Pandit, and they rang us saying, we're having a big festival. Could you help us? And we did. And I like to tell you all, we raised 1,500 pounds, which is 1.5 lakh. And it went to Eka Chakra and they're over the moon. So I would like to thank everyone for contributing. And Nityanand Prabhu from Eka Chakra blesses you all. May your life become great spiritual yatra. And then that you can face old age, disease, death, whatever is on the way, because that's to do with the body only, because your heart now is given to Nityanand, all the way from Eka Chakra. So without further ado, I'd like to invite Mrs. Roy, all the way from Bengal. Mrs. Roy, Jai Nitai. Jai Nitai.
Jai Nitai.
आपका गला बहुत अच्छा है, आप भाव से गाते हैं.
आज ठीक नहीं.
कोई बात नहीं, आप गाओगे हम ठीक हो जाएंगे. चलो गाइए. जय श्री राम. हाँ गाएंगे. जय निताय.
जय निताय. नितारी पद कोमल कुटी चंद्र सुशीतल नितारी पद कोमल कुटी चंद्र सुशीतल जे छायाय जगत जुड़ाय जे छायाय जगत जुड़ाय नितारी पद कोमल कुटी चंद्र सुशीतल जे छायाय जगत जुड़ाय हेन निताई बिने बाई राधा कृष्ण पाइते नाई हेन निताई बिने बाई राधा कृष्ण पाइते नाई धीर करी धरनी ताई पाए धीर करी धरनी ताई पाए से सम्बन्ध जहा जेन सम्बन्ध नाहि जार বৃথা জীবন গেল তার শেষ মন্দ যাহি নাহি যার বৃথা জনম গেল তার সে পশু বড়ই দুরাচার সে পশু বড়ই দুরাচার নিতাই না বলি মুখে বজিয়া সংসার সুখে নিতাই না বলিব মুখে মজিয়া সংসার সুখে বিদ্যাকুলে কি করিবে তার বিদ্যাকুলে কি করিবে তার নিতাই পদ কমল কুটি চন্দ্র সুশীতল নিতাই পদ কমল কুটি চন্দ্র সুশীতল যে ছায়ায় জুড়ায় যে ছায়ায় জগত জুড়া নিতাই না বলিব মুখে মজিয়া সংসার সুখে নিতাই না বলিব মুখে মজিয়া সংসার সুখে বিদ্যাকুলে কি করিবে তাই বিদ্যাকুলে কি করিবে তাই অহংকার মত হঞ্চা নিতাই পদ পাশরিয়া অহংকার মত হঞ্চা নিতার পদ পাশরিয়া অসত্যকে সত্য করি মানি অসত্যকে সত্য করি মানি নিতার করুণা হবে ব্রজ রাধা কৃষ্ণ পাবে নিতার করুণা হবে ব্রজ রাধা কৃষ্ণ পাবে দর নিতাই চরণ দুকানি দর নিতাই চরণ দুকানি নিতাইর চরণ সত্য তাহা সেব নিত্য নিতাই পদ সদা করো আট নিতাই পদ সদা করো আট নিতাইর চরণ সত্য তাহা সেব নিত্য নিতাই পদ সদা করো আট নরুত্তম বড় দুঃখী নিতাই মর কর সুখী নরুত্তম বড় দুঃখী নিতাই মর কর সুখী রাখো রাঙ্গা চরণ পাশে রাখো রাঙ্গা চরণ পাশ নিতাই পদ কমল কুটি চন্দ্র সুশীতল নিতাই পদ কমল কুটি চন্দ্র সুশীতল যে ছায়ায় জগত জুড়ায় যে ছায়ায় জগত জুড়ায় হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে 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 কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে হরে নিতাই পদ কমল কুটি চন্দ্র সুশীতল যে ছায়ায় জগত জুড়া নিতাই 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 গৌর নিতাই নিতাই হরি বল হরি বল হরি বল হরি বল।
जय जय मिसेस रॉय, सुंदर आवाज, There's nothing wrong with your throat. Nothing wrong.
So, sorry,
No.
I sound अच्छा नहीं.
नहीं साउंड बहुत अच्छा है और आपके दिल की पुकार. जय निताय, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. So we go all the way to Reading now, and there's Anil Prabhu. Anil, are you ready? Because
Yes,
you know
Prabhuji.
Nityanand Prabhu was told by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to go and knock on every door and tell them, Ek bar to bolo bhai, Sri Krishna naam. So I believe you have, that's your Gaur Nitai. Wow, look at that. That's the Coventry one. That's a Coventry one with the painting, eh?
Yes,
Excellent.
Prabhuji.
Very good. So you got Mahamantra for us?
Yes, Prabhuji.
All right, away you go. Glorify the Lordship. Bless you. Bless you. Jai Ho.
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare, Jaya Sacinandana, Jaya Nitai Chan, Sacinandana, Jaya Nitai Chan, Jaya Koranitai, 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 Jaya Koranitai, Jaya Radha Mata Varata, Mata Varati, Jaya Radha Gokulananda, Radha Gokulananda Shri Radhe, Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Baladev, Jaya Subhadra, Jaya Narsingadev, 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 Jaya Narsingadev, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman, Jaya Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Gurudev, Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gurudev Nitai Gora Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gora Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Nitai Gaur Nitai Gaur Nitai Gaur Shri Nityananda Nitai Chand ki jai Gaur Nitai ki jai Shri Radha Mata ki jai Shri Radha Gokuland ki jai Shri Sita Ram Lakshmana Hanuman ki jai Shri Narasimha Bhagavan ki jai Prahlad Maharaj ki jai श्री जगन्नाथ महारानी रानी की जय की जय शेरवा पाठ की जय गुरु महाराज की जय गौर परमानंद हरि बोल
Hari Hari Bol. Thank you, Anil Prabhu. We are running short of time, so we're going to the next Kirtanaya. And that's Ishani and Prem Prakash Prabhu all the way from Hinckley. It's pretty far away. Well, it's only 12 miles. Are we ready?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hope our voice is clear.
Start your glorification, please. Thank you.
Hope our voice is clear, Prabhuji.
It's good. It's good.
So this is a very beautiful bhajan by Lochan Das Thakur, Srila Lochan Das Thakur. So in this he's describing how Nityananda, Lord Nityananda is so merciful and he's distributing Harinam. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
that was absolutely inspirational. You know, the words are amazing. Param Ananda. You know, somebody said very nicely that actually Lord Nityanand has the highest Anand. But the thing with him is he likes to distribute it. See, normally if we have the highest thing, we don't want to share with someone else. So our Nityanand Prabhu wants to share his beauty, his love, his joy. And we call him Nitya Chand. He's the moon. And moon is, you know, so romantic. And today is Valentine as well. I mean, you know, moon is connected with romance with Krishna and the gopis. So he's beautiful. He's so merciful. And even if you're most fallen, he really does come and help you out. If you take Ek Bar to Bolo Bhai, Shri Krishna Naam, so bolo Jai Nitai. Jai Nitai, Jai Nitai. Thank you so much. We'll get to know the translation some other time. We're running a little short of time, so thank you so much. So all the way to Coventry now. Alpa Devi, are you there? I can see you smiling, and you're wearing a blue color because of Nityanand Prabhu, yeah? There you go. You got it right. Yes, ladies usually do color matching. You got beautiful altar there, Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra, and looking at you, and Jalaram Bapaji. So they're all waiting to hear your glorification. So you're doing Mahamantra?
Yes.
Yes, Mahamantra. So please go ahead and glorify Nityanand Prabhu through Mahamantra. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.
Jai.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Krishna
Jai Nitai, Jai Nitai. That was wonderful. I could see you enjoying yourself. And Harish Bhai, thank you. And Arjun there, I think. And so thank you for joining us and glorifying Nityanand Prabhu. He blesses you, honestly. Anybody who sings the Lord's name, people don't realize the power of Mahamantra. Whoever sings, you're attracting Nityanand Prabhu and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then Radha Krishna's love and Jagannath Baldev Subhadra, and the love is waiting for you. So thank you. Hope all is well.
Thank you to give me chance.
Jai, 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 Jai Nitai. So now we're going over to the temple, and young Sudarshan is going to sing a bhajan. I don't know which one he's going to sing now because it's already been sung what you were going to sing. I won't say who sang it, but now let's hear what you have to offer. Jai Nitai.
Asushitala Jai Chaya Jagata Chura Jai Chaya Jagata Chura Heno Nitai Beneba Radha Krishna Patena Divya Kori Dharo Nitai Pa Divya Kori Dharo Nitai Pa Se Sambandha Nahiya Vita Janma Gelota Se Pashu Paradhura Cha Se Pashu Paradhura Cha Nitanabo Nilamukhe Mojila Samsara Sukhe Vidya Kure Ki Kori Bheta Vidya Kule Ki Kori Bheta Ahankara Mata Hoya Nitai Pada Pasadhiya असत्येर सत्य करी मानी असत्येर सत्य करी मानी असत्येर सत्य करी निताय करुणा भे ब्रजे राधा कृष्ण पाभे धारणिताय चरण धुकानी धारणिताय चरण धुकानी निताय करुणा सत्या ताहर से नित्या निताय पदा सदा करो आशा निताय पदा सदा करो आशा नरोत्तम भरो दुखी निताय मोरे करो सुखी राखो रंगा चरणेर पाशा राखो रंगा चरणेर पाशा राखो रंगा चरणेर पाशा Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Rakho Ranga Charanera Rakho Ranga Charanera Pasha Jaya Nityananda Ram Jaya Nityananda Ram Nityananda Ram Jaya Nityananda Ram Jaya Nityananda Ram Nityananda Ram Nityananda Ram Jaya Nityananda Ram Jai Nitya.
Jai Nitai, Jai Nitai. Thank you so much. You know, there's something wrong with the PA. We could hear you, but we couldn't hear the Mardanga or anything else like that. So I do apologize to the viewers if you only heard the Sudarshan only, but we couldn't hear the rest of it. So, but I'm sure over there you were enjoying, and Nitya Chand was enjoying your kirtan. Thank you so much. Okay, we're running short of time. We're going to have a charcha very soon after the next set of devotees, two of them. There is Jai Krishna and Gauranga. Yeah, my friend Gaurang.
No.
So Jai Krishna, what's bhajan you got for us?
I'm singing Parama Karuna.
Oh, beautiful. I mean, it's a big song for a small guy. I mean, you got a support of Gaurang there. Haribol Gaurang, how are you? You're good. You're good. Very good. So you're looking very smart, both of you. So let's go. Just sing it out. Jai Nitai.
Parama Karuna Krishna.
Jai Nitai. Jai Nitai. That was absolutely fantastic. There are many grown-ups who couldn't sing as good as you, Jai Krishna. And Gauranga also did very well. Gauranga, you were keeping up with your brother. So it's like Ram and Lakshman Jodi here. So look after each other, you. And Nityananda Prabhu blesses you both, and Nandana, and the whole family. So thank you for joining us. Jai Nitai. So now we are going over to Birmingham, Coventry Temple, and also next door. And we're going to have, it's called Nityananda Charcha. So I'm inviting Raghupati Prabhuji, Vidu Prabhu, and Guru Sevak. So I've prepared some questions, so we'll throw them around and discuss the glories of Nityananda Prabhu, so the viewers can understand why Nityananda Prabhu is so important. So is Vidu Prabhu there? Guru Sevak is there, yes. So if you can get the screen with four speakers, there is Guru Sevak. And Vidu Prabhu from the temple and Raghupati ji, please switch on your camera. Jai Vidu Prabhu. Jai Ho. Jai Nidai. You really painted the deities. You painted the deities so beautiful in the Abhishek. They look transcendental. Thank you so much.
And when I saw them afterwards, the video of what we did.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, they're absolutely striking. I mean, you really do amazing. And I was looking at the Mayapur deities, which they were doing Abhishek. I must say, our deities look even more beautiful, if I'm allowed to say that. Maybe it's subjective, but I really thought the eyes have got life in it, and absolutely beautiful. So thank you, Vidu Prabhu. You always do this, and before festivals and all that, it's a great treat. So is Raghupati there? Please, Raghupati ji, can you hear us? Okay, well, we'll start the discussion anyway. So I have first question, just meditate on it. How do we please Nityananda Prabhu? This is for the viewers. We always say, we must please Nityananda Prabhu, we must please Nityananda Prabhu. The question might be asked, how do I please Nityananda Prabhu? He's Adi Guru, he's Nitya Chand, he's Param Karuna, so many things. So how do we, somebody who doesn't even have Gaunitai deities, then please Nityananda? So any ideas?
Let Raghupati answer first.
Well, Raghupati hasn't come on.
Has he not joined us yet?
Yeah, he's going to do it. Raghupati, can you come in, please? You've unmuted him, have you? Yeah, maybe somebody should call him. Oh, there's Raghupati. Can you bring him in? Jai Nitai.
Hare Krishna.
We were trying to draw your attention.
Yeah, my apology. Yeah,
it's like calling Nityananda, and he's not coming. So hope everything is all right, and thank you for a wonderful class yesterday. You always bring some reference from some book we don't know, and then it makes so much sense. And we think, how come we didn't know this before? Because we had to hear from Raghupati Prabhu. Jai Nitai.
Jai Nitai.
Jai Nitai.
Thank you.
So we're going to stir things up. Like, viewers might want to know, how do we please Nityananda Prabhu? Because we are supposed to get his karuna, his anand and blessing, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Radha Krishna, a big deal. But how do we please him? How do we reach him?
Okay, so how do we do that? You want to ask around? Or
No, I'm asking, like four of us, we should, churn it up a bit and think how we can do that. Because some of the viewers might want to know, okay, I want to please Nityananda Prabhu. They don't have Gaunitai deities. So what would be the first thing, Nityananda would be pleased with?
I think we can start with Vidu Prabhu. He's the senior most here, up to you.
That's a good one.
I said, no, let's ask Raghupati first.
Yeah, he said, Raghupati Prabhu, this is like a football game. People are just throwing the ball around here.
I don't want the ball. Well,
Okay, so with your permission, maybe I can start.
Yes.
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nithyanand. Shri Advait Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur
Gaur
Bhakti.
Bhakti.
Pancha Kalpitarubhaya Kripasindhubhaya Patitanam Pavnebhyo Vaishnavabhyo Namo Namah. So this is very important question, and I think within this question lies the benefit for all humanity. So just like we hear in Srimad Bhagavatam in the first canto, Sud Goswami becomes so pleased just by hearing the question.
Question, yeah.
Muniya Krishna Samprashna. Bhavadbhir Lok Mangalam. So he's saying this Krishna Samprashna. This is Bhavadbhir Lok Mangalam. These are for the auspiciousness, for people in general, for everyone's benefit. So this is a very important question. How do we please Lord Nityananda? And who is Adi Guru? The Guru Tattva. So we can look at it from two perspective, Guru Tattva, and as Lord Nityananda as the associate of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So let's look at first of all Guru Tattva. He is Adi Guru, and therefore unless we please him, we cannot please Krishna. So our acharyas are saying, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, Yasa Prasadat Bhagavad Prasado, Yasa Prasadat Nagati Toapi. Dhyayam Stimamstasya Yashastri Sandhyam Vande Guru Shri Charanarvindam. So if we consider Sri Nithyananda Prabhu as the Adi Guru, his position as the Adi Guru, so we please Adi Guru by following his order, Adi Guru Padashya. So following his order, and that is done by at least 3 times remembering and feeling gratitude for the spiritual master when we chant the Gayatri Mantra. And in our Sampradaya, the mantras which are given to us, they are unique. Because within those mantras, we are given Kam Gayatri,
Yes.
which is personified form of love of Radha and Krishna. We are given Gopal Mantra, which is given, which was given to Lord Brahma by Krishna himself. And same Gopal Mantra, God Gop Kumar in Brihad Bhagavatam to Goloka Vrindavan.
Wow. Yes, beautiful.
How precious and how priceless and unique Sampradaya that we have, Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya. So this spiritual master gives us those 7 Gayatri mantras, including the Mool Gayatri. And within those mantras, he gives us everything. He gives us Guru Mantra, Gauranga Mantra, Gopal Mantra, and Kam Gayatri. How precious. This is just amazing. So as we mature in our spiritual life.
Before you continue, that's all right for those who are initiated. What about those people who are not initiated?
Okay.
So should they get initiated? Because this is the high level one. The low one, I'm just thinking people are listening and they don't have a spiritual master. But what else could they do to attract Nityananda?
The mercy of Lord Nityananda. So that's another aspect. Like I was saying that we will look at this issue from two points of view, 2 perspectives. Guru, Nityananda Prabhu as Adi Guru. And then another aspect is Sri Nityananda Prabhu as an associate of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So although he's performing both functions, but so as Guru, we are giving these mantras, and therefore those who are aspiring to achieve spiritual success, spiritual perfection, should prepare themselves. So that at some point they can come to this platform to receive these mantras, which we remember at least 3 times in a day. And those mantras bring us closer to our goal. Now, Nityananda Prabhu, as an associate of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has taken the mission of Mahaprabhu. So Mahaprabhu performs his mission through the agency of Sri Nityananda Prabhu. Mahaprabhu advised Nityananda Prabhu to get married. Although Nityananda Prabhu was a sannyasi, Avadhut sannyasi. So when he came to Navadvip, he broke his danda himself.
Yes.
And then he broke Mahaprabhu's danda.
Later on, yeah.
So he broke 2 dandas, but Mahaprabhu remained a sannyasi despite being his danda broken. Sannyas rod broken by Nityananda Prabhu. But Nityananda Prabhu later on was advised by Mahaprabhu to get married, which he did by marrying Janma Mata and Vasudha Devi. So he has taken the mission of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Mahaprabhu's mission is to deliver the fallen souls of Kali Yuga by giving out Harinam Sankirtan, by distributing Harinam Sankirtan. So Nityananda Prabhu took this order from the day he met Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Navadvip. Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur would go door to door and practically beg everyone, falling at their feet, beg everyone to chant. So that was the mission of Mahaprabhu. And then in the evening, Mahaprabhu would take the report, what happened. And then everyone knows the story of Jagai and Madhai.
Yes.
So later on, Nityananda Prabhu was given this mandate to go to Bengal and preach the cult of pure devotional service, Harinam Sankirtan, to one and all. And that was a very tough mandate from material point of view, because Bengal was subjugated, ruled by Nawab Hussain Shah.
Yes.
But Nityananda Prabhu, being the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he freely roamed around everywhere. And he distributed pure love of Godhead to anyone and everyone. So, coming to the answer of your question, how do we receive the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu? We receive the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu by simply chanting Hare Krishna Mantra.
Wow.
Like yesterday, we were hearing from Nityananda Stikam. After consulting Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu came to the conclusion that if someone chants Hare Krishna Mahamantra, they will be delivered. So he is begging everyone, Yatheshtamre Bhrata, Kuru Hari Hari Dhwan Manish, Tatuva Sansara Amudi Taranadayo Mai Laget. My dear brother, therefore I ask you, I request you that you simply chant this Hare Krishna Mahamantra 24 hours a day.
Wow.
Then somebody may say, okay, what will happen if I chant this mantra 24 hours a day, or as much as possible? Then he is saying, then it is my responsibility to deliver you from these miserable conditions of material life.
Jai Nitai, Jai Nitai. What a promise, what a promise. Just like Sarva Dharman Parityaja Mamekam, Aham Tvam Sarva Papebhyo. See, that's a promise the Lord is giving.
That's a promise, yeah.
And the Lord actually keeps a promise. And I tell you, I've got other questions, because otherwise you'll answer all my, he'll have all the answers to my question before I ask the question. Because you're widening the answer, but it's brilliant. Those who are not initiated yet, please start to chant the Mahamantra. And tonight, we were just having Gaudiya bhajans, and if somebody was going to sing even Radha Krishna bhajan, we said, can we stick to Gaudiya? And they sang the Mahamantra, which is absolutely brilliant. So I was encouraging everyone, chant the Mahamantra, receive the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu. So you've answered that. So there you go. We got endorsement here. Now, next question is, Nityanand waited 33 years for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's order to preach door to door. Why couldn't he have done it before meeting Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Why did he wait so long? He's Balaram. He could have done it. He went to all the pilgrimage places and everything. It's a very important point.
Yeah. Okay, so who do you want? Who do you want to answer this question?
Oh, yeah. I mean, is there someone else? Come on, have a guess. It's a churcha, not church. Somebody, one on the podium and this churcha, okay?
Yeah. Vidya Prabhu.
You got to get close to your mic. Your mic is in the...
We can't hear you.
Haribol, Haribol.
I asked
Now we
you.
can
Yeah,
hear
we
you.
can hear you now.
Okay. I think he regarded Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as the Lord and Master, and he wanted instruction from him before he did anything.
Yeah. Wonderful, wonderful. That is the answer. And so, Guru Sevak, what do you think?
I think it's in terms of like when Lakshman and Lord Ram was there, Lakshman always would follow the instructions of Lord Ram. He wouldn't do anything without following his brother. And I think especially like at the time, because Advaita Acharya, Nityananda Prabhu are Vishnu Tattva, they're so powerful. I think they wanted to give the actual credit of that to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Because can you imagine Nityananda Prabhu suddenly starts to preach everywhere and everyone gets in now with Krishna consciousness? The importance of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is going to get diminished, because when the Lord then starts doing it, everyone will be like, oh, Nityananda Prabhu has already come around. That's my kind of guess on that maybe Nityananda Prabhu.
It's a good guess, but I don't buy it. I don't buy it. Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has got the treasure house, right? He's got the mal, and he's the cook. And Parosna, the one who distributes, is Nityanand. You know, so he's expert in distributing, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is good at cooking. So even in a restaurant, the cook doesn't go out and serve like that. So you remember Pundrik's father said that, and I didn't understand it then. He said, Parosna bhi art hoti hai. How to distribute it. You make them feel, you never cook, but you said, this is very tasty. You have the soup. This is soup of the day. Now the chef just makes it, you know. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu even told him, you are most dearest, and you are the one who can distribute. He trusted him with that because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu brought something special, never been brought before. Even Mahavishnu is waiting for that. Advaita Acharya, he called for it. So this is how special, whatever Chaitanya Mahaprabhu brought. And Nityananda had got the responsibility of distributing it. And that's how it becomes very important. And Srila Prabhupada, he worships Gaur Nitai, whereas Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Gaur Gadadhar. And Bhakti Siddhanta is just Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, just blessing, you know, everyone. But Nityananda Prabhu is the distributor. And see, Srila Prabhupada was able to go all over the world because of Nityananda Prabhu. He knew how to distribute this thing. And I think we should do the same as preachers. It's go Nitai, we go for. And I tell you, other Gaudiya Vaishnava, I've seen it, you know, some of them, I won't name them, but they don't emphasize on Nityanand much. It'll be Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they'll say all that, but not Nityanand Trayodashi. I'm on some WhatsApp groups, and nobody's getting excited much. And they're like, what's up with you guys? You know, you're supposed to be Gaudiya. But Prabhupada embraced, and his father was also, you know, accepting Nityananda Prabhu. So just please realize, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu brought something special, and they were waiting to distribute that. And obviously, you know, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did that himself as well. He went to Southern Bharat, and he preached himself. He went to Vrindavan. He would go on his own. But anyway, that's another question there. So we'll get it endorsed by our Raghupati ji. So I think, what is your church on it?
Yeah, some beautiful answers have been given. So Nityananda Prabhu considers Mahaprabhu as his Lord and Master, like Vidya Prabhu was saying. And he was traveling for 32 years, but did not go to Navadvip. He went everywhere. He went to Pandharpur, he went to Uttarkashi, then he went to Vrindavan. And in Vrindavan, his realization was that everything looks barren and there's no life. Then he got to know from some great personality that Mahaprabhu has now revealed himself. So he waited for Mahaprabhu to reveal himself. Because before Mahaprabhu came back from Gaya, he had not revealed himself as the golden avatar or the Yugavatar for this age. So when Mahaprabhu revealed himself, then Nityananda Prabhu understood that now is the time when my Lord has revealed himself as the Yugavatar. And he's performing kirtans in Kirtan, the house of Shivas Pandit, and preaching. And he wants to preach. So that was the time then he went to Navadvip and submitted himself at the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So I think everyone has given very beautiful answers, but in Vrindavan Thakur's Nityananda pastimes and other scriptures, we find that he went to Navadvip because Mahaprabhu had revealed himself as Yuga Avatar.
Wow, wonderful. So let's understand that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, brought, he's the Yuga avatar, and he had this Mahamantra. He gave the potency, which Mahamantra was there before, and Kali Santaran Upanishad it says there, but he changed it because some of them are saying this Vedic mantra, not ordinary people can do it. He said, okay, I'll change it, which means then he empowered it because he's the authority. And that's why chanting this Mahamantra has become so successful, and so many people's lives have been changed like that. So we must appreciate Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's role and Nityananda Prabhu's role as well. And he's Adi Guru. So, our Guru Maharaj and everybody's Guru Maharaj represents Nityananda Prabhu. Yes, Guru Sevak Prabhu.
I do remember reading about Advaita Acharya, because Advaita Acharya, 60 years previous to Mahaprabhu, he was there. And he was preaching very much with Haridas Thakur. And I remember reading in, is it Advaita Mangal, that the reason why he called for the Lord to Advent is because he's Mahavishnu and Sadashiva, and he gets very angry. And because he considered all of the Jiva souls as his children, he thought, these are my children and they're misbehaving. He goes, if I get too angry, I'll end up just killing them all. Because he's Sadashiva as well, and because it's his children, he's like, they're doing so much nonsense, I'll get angry, turn into Lord Vishnu and just kill them. So he called Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu because he knew Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was not going to get angry. Because Radharani's coming with him, he's just going to deliver them. That's why, because I remember reading in there and I was like, wow, okay, because Advaita Acharya himself is Lord Shivji. Lord Shivji destroys.
Also, the Manjari Bhav, wasn't there before. It wasn't popular. Of course, it was there. Bhav was there. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, through 6 Goswamis, and that's why we got to read the 6 Goswamis, the writings and everything, because they are Manjaris come themselves. And so they are directing us how to get that Bhav. So then when you go to Golok, you have a job description and you slot in nicely. Otherwise, you go to Golok Vrindavan and create nuisance saying, I was doing all right in Coventry. I don't know how, but anyway, they might think, I don't want to go there. But you chanted Mahamantra, you just ended up here. But I don't want to work because I don't like doing seva. I like to chant and just, feel separation and stuff. So, you got to get that bhav to go there and get the job description there. I've got another question. Why didn't Chaitanya Mahaprabhu want Nityananda to stay in Puri, unlike Swarup Damodar, who stayed a close companion? So Swarup Damodar stayed with, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu through all his emotional experiences. And Balaram is so close, and Nityananda Prabhu told him, okay, you don't come next Rath Yatra. And of course, Nityananda Prabhu broke the promise. He still came to take darshan. But just a question, like Swarup Damodar, whatever he is, and then Nityananda Prabhu, on balance, he told Nityananda Prabhu, please, you do preaching. You don't have to come regularly and all this. So I just wonder why, that was there. Anybody wants to have a go?
Okay, so this actually, your questions are very important and very philosophical. But they are also bringing out the real Gaudiya Siddhanta. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not want Nityananda Prabhu. He ordered him. And Mahaprabhu used to respect Nityananda Prabhu very much, like his older brother. But at times, he would also order him. So he would call him Shripad Goswami. But he ordered him. He said, no, there's no need for you to come every year. And Mahaprabhu had given his instructions to preach in Bengal. But when Nityananda Prabhu started breaking his order every year, Mahaprabhu will mildly complain that I have asked Nityananda not to come here, but he doesn't listen. So what can I do? He was simply complain like that. He is breaking my order. He is surpassing my order. But what can I do? Why did he not allow? Mahaprabhu had mission, internal and external regions of his appearance. So external regions were actually fulfilled through Nityananda Prabhu, such as Harinam Sankirtan, spreading Harinam Sankirtan, and the cult of pure devotional service all over Bengal. So those were part of the external regions of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But then he also had internal regions for his appearance. And those regions were fulfilled in the remaining 12 years, in fact, all 12 years, but particularly in remaining 12 years of Mahaprabhu's manifest pastimes in Puri. So for those 12 years, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was completely absorbed in the ecstasy of Srimati Radharani. Now, even in Govardhan, you see that Krishna and Balaram are grazing cows. But when Balaram senses that Krishna is with Srimati Radhika, so he won't go there.
No, he keeps away.
And similarly, Srimati Radhika, when she knows that Krishna and Balaram are here, so she won't go there. They keep that distance because of the mood. And Balaram's position, Nityananda's position as Mahaprabhu's older brother, or Balaram's position as Krishna's brother. So although Lord Balaram serves Krishna as Manjari, but predominantly his mood is of Vatsalya and Sakhya.
Wow.
So by his coming, it would have disturbed Mahaprabhu's mood of separation, of Sambhog and Vipralam. So Vipralam Rasa would have been disturbed. So that's when Nityananda Prabhu was forbidden and instructed not to come to Puri. So he would come only for Rath Yatra and then remain there for another 4 months of Chaturmasa and then go. So those seem to be the reasons, because Mahaprabhu did not want anyone except his most confidential associates, 3 of them. Only 3 associates, 3.5. So Sarup Damodar, Rai Ramanand, Shiki Mahati. There was one Mataji. So 3.5 associates, but particularly these 3 associates. They were allowed to remain in Mahaprabhu's inner chamber and not others, including Lord Nityananda, because of his mood is different. So he was given the mandate to distribute Harinam Sankirtan and Yuga Dharma in West Bengal.
Joy. That's beautiful answer. And, and we realized this in reading the Chaitanya Charitamrita. At one stage in Rath Yatra, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu danced so well and got into the mood, and he revealed himself as Radharani. And Nityananda Prabhu was standing far. He just paid obeisances from far, in approach. And you could see this is how strict they are with the paths. And like you said, he's the first expansion, and he's a servitor god, Balaram is. So he wants to serve them. And then he serves them close as Ananga Manjari. And then they can make arrangements with the Radha Krishna. So this is important to know if somebody's wondering why Nityananda wasn't allowed, because the external reason. And you can see Prabhupada wanted to endorse the external reason of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu all over the world. And which means once you get that perfect, then you start to get revelations of the internal reasons of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and you're drawn into Jagannath Puri and who Jagannath is, who Baldev is, who Subhadra is, and how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to see them at daytime as Dwarkadish, and nighttime he would cry for him, Vipralamba mood. And Sarup Damodar, is he Vishakha or Lalita? Sometimes they
Lalita,
them, yeah. and Ramanand Roy, you know, is
Takasaki.
Vishaka Saki. And so, you know, they knew how to handle Radharani when Krishna had left Vrindavan, you know, but Balram went with the Krishna. So obviously this side, he didn't deal with it, but as a Nang Mantri, he would. But here you could see that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to freely experience how Radharani felt the separation. And especially when she went to Kurukshetra and saw Dwarkadish there and all the, you know, what do you call it? All the troops and the Raths and the queens and everything. And she just thought it's the same Krishna, same Radharani, but this is not Vrindavan. And that's where, you know, the Rath Yatra started. But, you know, Radharani was tormented to see that now my Krishna is never going to come back. He's got all these queens and everything. And she saw personally. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was in that kind of mood. And Jagannath Ji is called Dwarkadish. And but at night time, he makes a journey to Vrindavan to be with Radharani. So that's another little thing there. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted Nityananda for a particular reason. And then he personally wanted to experience, and the support came from the 3.5 personalities you mentioned. And Govind was there as well. He was serving because Ishwar Prabhu told him, you serve, you know, him. And because he was his god brother, so he did that. And so next question is, who is more merciful, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or Nityananda, and why?
Vidur Prabhu.
He's passing the ball to you.
Namo
Over to you.
Mahavadanyaya Krishna
Prema
Premadayate. That famous recitation by Rupa Goswami.
Yeah, Rupa Goswami.
To Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Yeah.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, you're the most munificent incarnation. Most munificent. It's that's the answer from that prayer to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Yes.
But equally, each one glorifies the other personality. Each one glorifies the other personality. For example, Nityananda Prabhu, if we try to go to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu directly, then there's the story of Raghunath Das. Yes.
Yes.
He chastised him. He says, thief, you're a thief.
Yes.
You're trying to steal something which I have, you know, without going through me.
There you go.
Yeah. So it's a bit of both.
Yes, yes. Anybody else wants to come on that?
And Vidur Prabhu gave a very, very nice answer,
Very nice.
beautiful answer.
Beautiful.
And I just want to add that your question was, who is more merciful? Similarly, once there was a question, Prabhupada, that who is more powerful, Krishna or Balaram?
Oh.
Who is more powerful? Because Balaram is sustaining the entire creation, material and spiritual. So who is more powerful? And Prabhupada's answer was that Krishna is more powerful. So these kind of questions are difficult to answer. But if we look at the past times, who is more merciful? In Jagai and Madhai pastime, Nityananda Prabhu's mercy is exceeding the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, although Mahaprabhu is Mahavadana Avatar. So that mercy is exceeding. And Mahaprabhu also likes to see that the mercy of Nityananda or Adi Guru exceeds his mercy.
Oh, wow. Very
So,
good.
because Nityananda Prabhu is Adi Guru, therefore Guru is more merciful than Krishna himself. So in that case, Nityananda Prabhu is more merciful. Because Krishna may have some condition, even Mahaprabhu had conditions. But those who were rejected by Mahaprabhu, eventually they took shelter of Nityananda. Except Chota Haridas. Chota Haridas just went and drowned himself in Prayag. There was another servant Mahaprabhu.
Kala Krishna?
Yeah.
Kala Krishna.
So Mahaprabhu said, I don't want to see him anymore. So he was rejected, but he took shelter of Nityananda Prabhu. Nityananda Prabhu in that case is more merciful because he is Guru Tattva. He is Adi Guru. And sometimes he is also in that Avesh of Lord Shiva.
Really?
The Lord Shiva is Bhutnath. And Nityananda Prabhu doesn't mind. All the Bhutan and Pretas. They can all go to him. Like many of us, we are all Bhutas and Pretas.
Aren't we?
So we run to get the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu. Because he is Bhutanath. Lord Shiva is his expansion. Lord Shiva worships Sankarshan, and he is the Adi Sankarshan, the origin of Sankarshan.
Yes.
So that way Nityananda Prabhu is more merciful. And similarly, the questions sometimes devotees have that if you had a choice to worship Krishna and Mahaprabhu, who would you worship? So my choice is clear. If I had a choice between Krishna and Mahaprabhu, I would worship only Mahaprabhu. So now, if we had to take shelter of Nityananda Prabhu or Mahaprabhu, both have same personalities, inseparable. But if we had choice to take shelter of, we will simply run to Nityananda Prabhu, not to Mahaprabhu. Because through his mercy, Nityananda Prabhu will be, Mahaprabhu will be pleased. But if you run to get Mahaprabhu's mercy, just like in the case of Raghunath Das Goswami, you mentioned earlier on, we won't get success. It will be a disappointment. Just to run to Mahaprabhu's mercy will be a disappointment. But if you run to Mahaprabhu's mercy through Nityananda, then there will be success.
Wow. Wonderful answer. See, that's amazing. That's what we wanted to hear, that actually it's not, although the question is black and white, but, you know, it's stages. You know, at a particular stage, you go to one personality, then you're given, and you have to deal with Mahaprabhu then, after going to Nityananda, like Raghunath had to then deal with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu didn't like all the cooks which he brought, or he didn't bring, his father sent it. And then later on, he stopped eating, you know, using the cooks. Then he queued up where the beggars are. And you can see then he had to deal with that. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and same with the Krishnadas Kaviraj, came in the dream, you know, and told him, you go and write, you know, just go immediately. He was so pleased with him. He defended, what was his name? One of Nityananda's disciple. I knew the name, it just escapes me. Starts with M. Miniketan Ram, yeah. So he defended him, and then he came in the dream, and straight away he left, and then he had the association of, you know, all the 6 Goswamis and and met Raghunath Goswami as well, and also Narottam Das Thakur as well, the Padma Nadi. You know, it was Nityananda went in the dream and told him like that. So, you know, once we go through Nityananda, then you have to deal with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So it's best to know about both. And once you know Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then you got to deal with Radha Krishna. So you better know that Leela as well. So although they are this different stages here, who's more important, then when you go past there, then the next personality, then the next. But our ultimate goal is love of, you know, Krishna Prema. That is there. So while we have to process it, then you have to know which comes first and whatever, where the secure path is. So thank you for that answer. That was really nice. I have another one, which is quite, it needs thought-provoking, as they say. You know, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to Navadvip, I mean, although he left Padmavati's mother and Harai Pandit, he just walked away. He was just waiting for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to appear. As soon as he did that, he desired, I want to leave now, Eka Chakra, I got to go. So Sadhu comes and takes him away, and he didn't regret it at all. But the parents, they left, you know, they were heartbroken. But then when it comes to Navadvip, Malini, he's, as Gogovind Maharaj comes, he would suck her breast because Mom, I'm hungry. Guru Maharaj used to act it out like that. And we read it as well on Nityananda Charitamrita. And also in front of Sachima, he just said it. She said, I see Vishwarup in you, you know. He's Nityananda like that. So although he leaves Padmavati, then he comes there as a grown-up and he's got that child, you know, Bal Bhav. And he's walking around naked. And you know, this sort of thing, you know, some people might not take it seriously. You know, start to be critical, like, what's going on here? I mean, he's the highest and he's most merciful, but then look at his behavior. So just for the viewers and whatever, when they hear, because we're reading that at the moment, how would we put the behavior? I know he's Avaduta, but he left his parents and yet he comes and acts like a child and to the two mothers, you know, and was it the mothers who saw them as a child? So then he responded to their bhav. He became like that. So a little bit of church on that would be nice, because we did read it and there are children on and they might be watching. And so maybe there's an answer there, if you can highlight on it.
Mahaprabhu dispels all the misconceptions about Nityananda. So one time Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu tested Shivas Thakur. So Shivas Thakur was considered as father and Malini Devi as mother by Nityananda Prabhu. So once Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked Shivas Thakur, he said, "You keeping this strange person in your house? Nobody knows who he is, where he comes from. His behavior is very strange. And why are you keeping him in your house? If you keep him any longer, all your reputation will be ruined." So Shivas Thakur said, if Nitai, he takes wine, glass of wine in his hand, he goes, embraces a Yavani, a Muslim girl.
Yes.
Still, he is the dearmost object to my love, and I will never ever leave him. So when Mahaprabhu heard this, he said, "You have understood my Nitai."
Wow.
The Nityananda Prabhu's behavior, because he is Avadhuta, is strange sometimes. And you have heard those stories from Nityananda Charit, that once Nityananda Prabhu appeared in the chamber, inner chamber of Mahaprabhu, where Mahaprabhu was residing with Vishnupriya or Lakshmipriya. So he went to inner chamber and he was totally naked, completely. So Mahaprabhu saw him and he mildly smiled and took his turban and dressed him. Then he took him. He said, "Shripad Gosai, come here," and sat him down and asked all the devotees then to perform his Vyas Puja. So yesterday we didn't have much time, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has glorified Nityananda Prabhu. He took his copine after Vyas Puja.
Yes, yes.
And distributed to devotees. He said, "Anyone who wears this copine on his head, he will purchase me. So he will get my mercy." All the devotees took that copine and put around their head and worshipped. So Mahaprabhu established the position of Nityananda Prabhu despite his very strange behavior at times. But then we see that during his preaching pastimes, Nityananda Prabhu was sober, he was very merciful, and he delivered one and all. So more or less, time to time, we can see the behavior of Lord Shiva within him, and we can also see some Sankarshan behavior. So time to time, because he is the origin of all.
Wow.
So we can see some Lord Shiva kind of behavior. But Mahaprabhu always established his position as the supreme benefactor of all living beings, no matter what his position is. Just like Lord Shiva, if he goes to crematorium and he puts all the dust from the crematorium around his body, he is wearing the ornaments of snakes and scorpions. Still, he is worshipped by greatest of all sages. One time, Chitraketu, he did not understand the position of Lord Shiva. So he was cursed by Mother Parvati to become a demon. And eventually he became Vritrasur. In Srimad Bhagavatam we find. So Lord Shiva was sitting in his Kailas Parvat, and Mother Parvati was sitting on his lap. And Lord Shiva, every now and then, he goes around with no clothes, Avadhut. And all the great sages, they were hearing Srimad Bhagavatam from him. That position.
Wow.
So his position is transcendental. Just like the sun rays, they fall upon the mountain, the rivers, and the sun rays also fall upon the stool or urine.
Yes.
But the sun rays are not affected or they are not contaminated. Similarly, Nithyananda Prabhu, his character, his behavior, his personality is transcendent. So at times, because he is totally absorbed in the ecstasy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he does not have any external consciousness.
That's right. Yeah, he transcends it. Yeah.
He doesn't have. He doesn't even know where he is. But time to time, he is reminded. In Navadvip Leela, he is reminded. But even if Mahaprabhu reminds him, the kind of answers Nityananda Prabhu gives him are just strange.
He's asked one thing, you give me another answer. Then
Yeah,
ask
he's asking something else, and he's answering something else. That is the extraordinary behavior of Avadhut Nityanand. Now, if he wasn't Avadhut, and if he didn't behave like this, then many Bhut Pretas, like I was saying, like of this age, would be delivered.
Yeah.
He doesn't discriminate who is qualified, not qualified. Okay, it doesn't care.
It's been like a child.
Yeah.
They don't judge too much. They just look and, they deal with it. And there's one Leela where, some of the wives of some of the demigods ask, is it Anusua? Anusua, Atri's wife, because she was very beautiful and all that. So there was a test like that, Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, they gaze on her when she's naked, and pass the test or something, I forget the details, but they were born as babies to her. And as children, they can see a mother naked and they wouldn't know she's naked. She's mother. So there's some sort of story, I forget now, because Guru Maharaj sort of said it. At that time, I was kind of not taking, take it in and what the point is. But now I realize a child does not judge adults, whether they are dressed up this way, what their profession is. They deal with love. So they just want love and whatever they want. So Nityananda Prabhu would display that. And to me, mother, it was Vishnu Murthy, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was with. He just comes, naked, and he says, and other times says, you should behave yourself. I said, yes, and you must correct me. You must come to correct. And immediately does wrong things like that. So that was fantastic. We're running short of time. What I'll do is one more question, and this is to you, Raghupati ji. What does Gaudiya Sampradaya offer what other Sampradayas can't in Kali Yuga? What are they offering?
This is one of the most important questions we discussed this evening. And all the devotees or aspiring devotees or devotees who have been practicing for decades, they have to have very firm conviction that without Mahaprabhu in this age, we cannot get Krishna. So what is in Gaudiya Vaishnavism, which is not in other sampradaya? That is the worship of Radha Krishna. Because even in Madhva Sampradaya, they worship Udupi Krishna. So the position of Srimati Radharani has been revealed only in Gaudiya Sampradaya. In other Sampradaya, they have Lakshmi Narayan, and other Sampradaya particularly are limited to the mood of Aishwarya Bhava. But Madhurya Bhava, to the extent we find in Gaudiya Sampradaya, is not found in other Sampradaya. The Mahaprabhu came to reveal this mood of Srimati Radharani in separation, and the position of Srimati Radharani by taking her position himself. The Mahaprabhu took the mood and complexion of Srimati Radharani. Sri Radhaya Pranay Mahima ki drisho vane eva. So Mahaprabhu's three desires, they were fulfilled in this incarnation, and those were the confidential reasons of his appearance. That what is that attraction that Srimati Radhika finds in me? What pleasure does she find in me? So to understand the nature of the pleasure, the attraction of Srimati Radhika towards Krishna, Shyamsundar took that mood and complexion of Srimati Radhika and became Gaurisundar. So this is unheard of. Secondly, when Mahaprabhu took that mood, Mahabhav, so that Mahabhav is even unknown to the Vedas. In Vedic scriptures, we won't find the description to the extent Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu experienced and manifested Mahabhav. One example is that when Mahaprabhu was in his mood of separation, then all his limbs will become elongated. And so much so that anyone, the devotees, when they saw him, they would shed tears.
Yes.
Because all it was left, just the skin. His bones were simply hanging with the skin.
Wow.
All the joints were gone out of the place. They were displaced. But as soon as Mahaprabhu would hear Harinam Sankirtan performed by his devotees and come to external consciousness, then immediately everything will fall in place and he will resume his beautiful body.
And he would complain, why did you bring me out?
Yeah, he would complain.
And they were crying like anything, like what's happening to Mahaprabhu?
Yeah. And this is not known even in the Vedas.
Right.
So this is very, very unique to Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya. Worship Srimati Radharani, the position of Srimati Radharani, and Madhurya Bhav that Mahaprabhu exhibited in his pastimes, particularly in his remaining 12 years in Jagannath Puri.
Wow.
This is simply unheard of. And this is very difficult to understand even for great personalities. It's very difficult to understand.
And
that's why Mahaprabhu
that is,
only kept very confidential associate around him.
Yeah. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, he was really Vedic. I mean, he was famous Vedic. But when he associated with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he started to appreciate the prasad of Jagannath temple. I mean, he had at his disposal all this time. And the darshan. And he told him, he said, you've given me a different vision altogether. So it shows you, if somebody's Vedic, they're like Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. They're discussing Atmaram and discussing they know the philosophy, Siddhanta and everything. But they had an experience, even the prasad, even the darshan, the kirtan of everyone. He was glorifying it all. And King Pratap Rudra, when he saw the Bengalis come for the Rath Yatra, they would meet first time. The kirtan would be ecstatic. the king just stood there, he's drawn in thinking, I've never experienced this anywhere. So it's very, very special. And you're right, even the Vedas haven't really described it. And I think other sampradayas, they don't appreciate that those kirtans, the prasad, the Ekadashi, the Tulsi, all these kind of things, because they are all packaged, which will give you this bhav which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come to, give. Yeah.
And this is so unique and so wonderful that Chaitanya Charitamrita describes that all over the universe, many great personalities, including the demigods, the demons, from all other planets, used to come to Jagannath Puri to have Darshana Mahaprabhu. And they would come in human form. So even the snakes from the lower planets, great snakes, all the snakes, the demons, like Prahlad Maharaj, Bali Maharaj, Indra Chandra, all the Devatas, they would all come in disguise to see Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this is inconceivable. That's why our philosophy is Achintya Bheda Bhed. Now coming to the second part of the question. Okay, the question is very very deep, is philosophical. So what is Mahaprabhu given that other sampradaya are not able to give is this philosophy of Achintya Bheda Bhed. Mahaprabhu reconciled all the philosophies, and then he gave this philosophy of Achintya Bheda Bhed. Inconceivable, simultaneous difference and similarity and difference, and this is inconceivable. So this reconciles all the philosophies. Now the treasure house that we have in Gaudiya Sampradaya is matchless in other Sampradaya. The Srila Prabhupada said that Vaishnavas are the greatest philosophers. So we have 4 Vaishnava Sampradaya, and they have given many great philosophical books, many great books. They all wrote commentaries on Vedanta Sutra. Sripad Ramanujacharya, Madhvacharya, all these Sampradaya, Vishnu Swami, Nimbargacharya, all these Sampradaya, they have given so much literature. But amongst all the great Acharyas, Srila Jiva Goswami is the greatest.
Right.
Because he has given the philosophy of Achintya Bheda Bhed in his Shat Sandarbhas. And these Sat Sandarbhas cannot be refuted by any philosopher.
Okay.
Even to this day, they remain unrefuted. So as devotees, at some point we have to find time, an opportunity to study Sat Sandarbhas. Because Sat Sandarbhas, the topmost philosophical treatises given by Srila Jiva Goswami, and that is the treasure of Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, which is not found in other Sampradaya. Establishing Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna Sandarbha. So he starts from Tattva Sandarbha, then Bhagavad Sandarbha, Paramatma Sandarbha, Krishna Sandarbha, Bhakti Sandarbha, and Preeti Sandarbha.
Preeti.
So starting from Tattva to Preeti, and establishing that Preeti, Prema Pumartha Mahan, is the ultimate epitome of spiritual life. So that is the treasure which is not available even in other Vaishnava Sampradaya that we have.
And correct me if I'm wrong, the Jiva Goswami referenced all the Puranas, Bhagavatam and everything while he's presenting this thing. It's not that he just made it up and all that. This is all referenced and everything, but it's given the revelation, that this is what it means. Thank you so much. This was fantastic, Charcha. I'm sure you'll agree, all of you. Yes, Vidya Prabhu, you're happy with that?
Absolutely,
yes?
Yeah.
Very. I think it was very enlightening, and I was waiting for this. And I thought earlier on, we can't just talk about nothing. Let me put some questions and whatever. And you got 10 out of 10 or even 11. Yeah, you did good. It's always joy to have you. We know we have a friend who's going to give us the right answers. Fantastic. And Vidhu Prabhu, you're going to Bharat, so can you pray for all of us? We are all worse than Jagai Madai. And somehow Nityananda Prabhu has, brought us, to this Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya. So nice. And Guru Sevak, thank you very much. And you recently spoke to Botswana about similarity between Ram Leela and Gaur Leela, so they enjoyed it. That was fantastic. And Raghupati Prabhu, thank you for your class yesterday. We ran short of time. We really got to give you more, and then because we relish it and sometimes we mismanage our time on it. But we will, on Gaur Purnima, I'm reserving you ahead for this Charcha. Okay? So Vidhu will be back. And then he'll have questions or maybe answers or whatever, because when you go to Dham, you get it. And Guru Sevak also, will be presenting to others. Let's prepare everyone for Go Nitai. So all of you, raise your hands. Bolo, Jai Nitai!
Jai Nitai!
Jai Nitai!
Jai Nitai!
Jai Nitai!
Jai Nitai!
Accept our humble obeisances. And Srila Prabhupada ki
jai.
Apne Gurudev ki jai. So thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Yes.
I have to thank you for all the questions. Your questions are just amazing. So such beautiful philosophical questions from so many angles of vision. It just shows your depth of knowledge and your yearning to learn more and more, because the knowledge we have in our sampradaya is endless. Endless. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Really appreciate it. And please pass our Haribol to your Dharam Patni. I hope she's better. We pray for her. And Premanjari must have listened to every word of yours. She admires your answer.
My way sensitive to Mata. Mata Shri. So I speak and I remember that your blessings are with me. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you. Okay, so I'm sorry we're a little late, but the whole program got delayed. Next I have here is Janaki. Janaki Devi, are you there? Oh, yes, already.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
And Tulsi as well. I won't delay you any further. Please go ahead and I believe you're going to say Nadia Gudruma.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Have you been there? You haven't been to Gudruma? Okay, you'll have to go now because you're doing very, very well, doing all this and take Tulsi and Parivar. All of the family should go to Navadvip, and Gudruma is there, and it's a wonderful place. Yeah, we've been there a few times. All right, let's just Jai Hari.
Nityananda Prabhu ki jai. Nadiya Godra mein Nityananda Mahajana. 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 Patiya che naam hat jeevare karana. 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 Nadiya Godra mein Nityananda Mahajana. Nadiya Godra mein Nityananda Mahajana. Shadavan jan hai, Shadavan jan hai. Shadavan jan hai, Shadavan jan hai. Prabhu aage aaye bhai मांगिए भिक्षा. प्रभु आगे आए भाई मांगिए भिक्षा. भाई मांगे भिक्षा. बोलो कृष्ण भजो कृष्ण करो कृष्ण शिक्षा. बोलो कृष्ण कृष्णा धन प्राण
कृष्णा माता कृष्णा पिता कृष्णा धन प्राण
गोविंद धन प्राण गोविंद प्राण धन कृष्ण प्राण धन नदिया गोदा में नित्यानंद महाजान नदिया गोदा में नित्यानंद महाजान कृष्ण रे संसार कर छाड़िया नाचार संसार कर छाड़िया नाचार कृष्ण रे संसार कर छाड़िया नाचार जीव दया कृष्ण नाम सर्वधर्म सार कृष्ण नाम सर्वधर्म सार जीव दया कृष्ण नाम सर्वधर्म सार कृष्ण नाम सर्वधर्म सार श्रद्धावान जन है श्रद्धावान जन है नदिया गोत्र में नित्यानंद महाजान नदिया गोत्र में नित्यानंद महाजान नदिया गोत्र में नित्यानंद महाजान नित्य गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल नित्य गौर हरि बोल 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 नित्यानंद प्रभु की जय
Hare Krishna, thank you very much, Janki, Didi, and Tulsi. It's lovely seeing you both. That was a very, very nice bhajan. Thank you for sharing the glories of Lord Nityanand Prabhu. Now we'll be going over to Satyanandan Prabhu from the temple. Thank you.
দয়া কর মোরে নিতাই দয়া কর মোরে দয়া কর মোরে নিতাই দয়া কর মোরে অগতির গতি নিতাই সাধু লোকে বলে অগতির গতি নিতাই সাধু লোকে বলে জয় প্রেম ভক্তি দাতা করুণা তোমার জয় প্রেম ভক্তি দাতা পতাকা তোমার এবার ভরসা মোর ফুলের ঠাকুর তুমি দয়া করো মোরে দয়া করো মোরে অগতির গতিতাই সাধু লোকে বলে অগতির গতিতাই সাধু লোকে বলে জয় নিত্যানন্দ রাম নিত্যানন্দ রাম নিত্যানন্দ রাম জয় নিত্যানন্দ রাম জয় নিত্যানন্দ রাম নিত্যানন্দ রাম জয় নিত্যানন্দ রাম নিত্যানন্দ রাম নিত্যানন্দ রাম জয় রথ চক্রধার জয় নিত্যানন্দ রাম জয় জয় প্রভুপাদ প্রভুপাদ জয় জয় হো জয়
So now we are going to sing Nachere Nachere Nitai. Anuragi, you're on.
Jai Nitai.
Jai Nitai.
Nache re Nitai, Gora Dvija Maniya. Nache re Nache re Nitai, Gora Dvija Maniya. Vame Priya Gadadhara, Srivasaya Advaita Vara. 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 Parishadata Ranga Jiniya. Nache re Nitai. गीत गाय बागो बिंदु बिंदु ताय चंदन चर्चित गाय बागो बिंदु बिंदु ताय चंदन चर्चित गाय बागो बिंदु बिंदु ताय
चंदन चरित गाय बिंदु बिंदु
वनमाला डोले भालो बोलिया वनमाला डोले भालो बोलिया नाचे रे निताय गौरा द्विज मनिया नाचे
रे निताय गौरा द्विज मनिया
गल शुभ्रयूपविता रूपकोटि कामजिता गले
पविता रूपकोटि कामजिता
गले शुभ्र उपविता रूपकोटि कामजिता गले
पविता रूपकोटि कामजिता
चरणे नुपुर रन रनिया चरणे नुपुर रन रनिया चेरे चेरे नीता गौरा द्विज मनिया दोए भाई नाचे जाय सहचर गन गाय दोए भाई नाचे जाय सहचर गन गाय गदाधर अंगे पोरे धुलिया गदाधर अंगे So this is where Gadadhar Pandit, he's enjoying the dust of the lotus feet of Gaunitai dancing, and he's enjoying the dust going on his body. Gadadhar ange pore dhuliya, Gadadhar ange pore dhuliya, nache re nita Gaura Dvija Mania, nache re nache Pura Bharabasa Ebe Bahu Prakashila Urubara Bhaslila Ebe Bahu Prakashila Say Vrindavana Hey Nadia Say Vrindavana Hey Nadia Nachere nachere nitai Gaura Dvija Mania Bihar Ganga Tire Se Dhira Samire Bihar Bihar Ganga Tire Se Dhira Samire Vrindavan Das Kohe Janiya Vrindavan Das Kohe Janiya Nachere nachere nitai Gaura Dvija Maniya Nachere nachere nitai Gaura Dvija Maniya Jai Nitai
Jai Nitai, Jai Nitai. So, actually, we haven't done any dancing. They did a bit of dancing in the morning when the Abhishek was going on. So, hope Pujari Dev is ready. When we cut the cake, there's going to be Nachere, Nachere, Sachinandan. Hope so.
Haribol, 1, 2.
So, now Guru Sevak, you're going to sing.
Haribol, is my mic coming through? I think it is. Haribol, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Say Haribol.
Haribol, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Is it showing on there?
Let me just check. Haribol, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, good. If it goes too high, just put it down. Dhanamora Nityananda Patimara Gaurachanda Pranamora Jugala Kishora
Dhanamora Nityananda Patimora Gaurachandra Pranamora Yugala Kishora
Dhanamora Nityananda Patimara Gaurachanda Pranamora Jugala
Dhanamora Nityananda Patimora Gaurachandra Pranamora
Sorry, we just switched mics.
Which one can have?
Just take out the cable for that. Oh, you have to. Sorry, 1 second. No. Leave the cable in. Haribol, 1, 2.
Today we're having a lot of mic problems.
We didn't do a sound check either. Dhanamara Nityananda Patimara Gaurachanda Pranamara Jugala Kishora
Dhanamora Nityananda Patimora Gora Chandra Pranamora Yugala Kishore
Advaita Acharya Bala Kadadara Morokolo. Hello, turn it down, man. Not that from there. These speakers. Advaita Acharya Bala Gadadara Morokolo Narahari Vela Shaimo
Advaitacharya Bala Gadadhar Mora Kula Narahari Vilase
Advaita Acharya Bala Gadadhara Morokolo Narahari Vilashayi
Advaitacharya Bala Gadadhar Mora Kula Narahari Vilasai
Dhanamara Nityananda Patimara Gaurachanda Pranamara Jugala Kishora
Dhanamora Nityananda Patimora Gora Chandra Pranamora Yugala
Vaishnavera Padaduli Tahe Mora Snana Keli Tarpan Mora Vaishnavera Na
Parapadadu Mora Snana Keli Tarapan Mora
Vaishnavera Padaduli Tahe Mora Snana Keli Tarpan Mora Vaishnavera Na
Vaishnavera Padaduli Tahe Mora Snana Keli Tarpan Mora Vaishnavera
Vicharo Kariya Mane Bhakti Rasa Ashwadane Madhyastha Shri Bhagavata Pura
Vichar Korya Mane Bhakti Rasa Swadane Madhyastha Shri
Vicharo Kariya Mane Bhakti Rasa Ashwadane Madhyastha Shri Bhagavata Pura
Vichar Korya Mane Bhakti Rasa Swadane Madhyastha Shri Bhagavata
Dhanamara Nityananda Patimara Gaurachanda Dhanamara Jugala Kishora
Dhanamora
তাহে মোর মন নিষ্ঠ বৈষ্ণবের নামেতে
Vaishnavera uchishta, tahi mora mona nishta, Vaishnavera name taula.
বৈষ্ণবের উচ্ছিষ্ট তাহে মোর মন নিষ্ঠ বৈষ্ণবের নামেতে
Vaishnavera uchishta, tahi mora mona nishta, Vaishnavera name taula.
বৃন্দাবন চাবুতার তাহে মোর মন গেল কহিদিন নরোত্তম দাস
Vrindavane chabutara, tahi mora mona gera, kohe dina narottama
বৃন্দাবন চাবুতার তাহে মোর মন গেল কহিদিন নরোত্তম দাস
Vrindavane chabutara, tahi mora mona gera, kohe dina narottama
তন মোর নিত্যানন্দ অতি মোর গোরা চন্দ তন মোর যুগল কিশোর
Dana mora Nityananda, pati mora Gora Chandra, prana mora Yugala Kishore.
তন মোর যুগল কিশোর
Prana mora Yugala Kishore.
ও প্রাণ মোর যুগল কিশোর
Prana mora Yugala Kishore.
প্রাণ মোর যুগল কিশোর প্রাণ মোর যুগল কিশোর
Prana mora Yugala Kishore.
জয় নিত্যানন্দ রাম নিত্যানন্দ রাম নিত্যানন্দ রাম জয় নিত্যানন্দ রাম
Jai Nityananda Ram, Nityananda Ram, Nityananda Ram, Jai Nityananda Ram.
জয় নিত্যানন্দ রাম নিত্যানন্দ রাম নিত্যানন্দ রাম জয় নিত্যানন্দ রাম
Jai Nityananda Ram, Nityananda Ram, Nityananda Ram, Jai Nityananda Ram.
ও নিতাই 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 গৌরাঙ্গ
Nitai, 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 Gauranga.
বলো নিতাই 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 গৌরাঙ্গ
Nitai, 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 Gauranga.
বলো নিতাই গৌরাঙ্গ গৌরা হরি
Nitai, Gauranga, Gaurari.
বলো নিতাই গৌরাঙ্গ গৌরা হরি
Nitai, Gauranga, Gaurari.
ও নিত্যানন্দ রাম নিত্যানন্দ রাম
Nityananda Ram, Nityananda Ram,
নিত্যানন্দ রাম নিত্যানন্দ রাম
Nityananda Ram, Nityananda Ram.
বলো গৌরা 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 হরি
Gaura, Gaura, Gaurari.
ও 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 নিতাই 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 গৌরাঙ্গ
Nitai, 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 Gauranga.
বলো নিতাই 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 গৌরাঙ্গ
Nitai, 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 Gauranga.
নিতাই 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 গৌরাঙ্গ
Nitai, 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 Nitai,
ও
Gauranga.
নিতাই 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 নিতাই
Nityananda Ram, Nityananda Ram.
Oh, Nita, 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 Gauranga.
Nitai Gauranga.
Oh, Nita, 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 Gauranga.
Nitai Gauranga.
Oh, Nita, 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 Gauranga.
Nitai Gauranga.
Oh, Nita, 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 Gauranga.
Nitai Gauranga.
Oh, Nita, 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 Gauranga.
Nitai Gauranga.
Oh, Nita, 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 Gauranga.
Nitai Gauranga.
Oh, Gaura, Gaura, Gaura Hari.
Gaura, Gaura, Gaura Hare.
Bolo Gaura, Gaura, Gaura Hari.
Gaura, Gaura, Gaura Hare.
Oh, Gaura, Gaura, Gaura Hari.
Gaura, Gaura, Gaura Hare.
Oh, Gaura, Gaura, Gaura Hari.
Gaura, Gaura, Gaura Hare.
Bolo Nityananda Ram, Jayo Nityananda Ram.
Nityananda Ram, Nityananda Ram.
Jayo Nityananda Ram, Nityananda Ram.
Nityananda Ram, Nityananda Ram.
Bolo Nita, 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 Gauranga.
Nita, 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 Nitai Gauranga.
Nita, 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 Gauranga.
Nita, 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 Nitai Gauranga.
Gaura, Gaura, Gaura Hari.
Gaura, Gaura, Gaura Hare.
Bolo Gaura, Gaura, Gaura Hari.
Gaura, Gaura, Gaura Hare.
Bolo Gaura, Gaura, Gaura Hari.
Gaura, Gaura, Gaura Hare.
Bolo Gaura, Gaura, Gaura Hari.
Gaura, Gaura, Gaura Hare.
Bolo Nityananda Ram, Jayo Nityananda Ram.
Nityananda Ram, Nityananda Ram.
Bolo Nityananda Ram, Nityananda Ram.
Nityananda Ram, Nityananda Ram.
Oh, Nita, 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 Gauranga.
Nita, 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 Nitai Gauranga.
Bolo Nita, 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 Gauranga.
Nita, 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 Nitai Gauranga.
Oh, Nita, 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 Gauranga.
Nita, 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 Nita.
Nita, 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 Gauranga.
Nita, 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 Nitai Gauranga.
Oh, Nityananda Ram, Jayo Nityananda Ram.
Nityananda Ram, Jayo Nityananda Ram.
Bolo Nityananda Ram, Jayo Nityananda Ram.
Nityananda Ram, Jayo Nityananda Ram.
Oh, Nityananda Ram,
Nacho,
Nityananda Ram.
Nityananda Ram, Nityananda Ram.
Jayo Nityananda Ram, Nityananda Ram.
Nityananda Ram, Nityananda Ram.
Jayo Prabhupada, 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 Jayo Prabhupada.
Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada.
Jayo, Jayo Prabhupada,
Prabhupada,
Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jayo, Jayo Prabhupada.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Jayo, Jayo Gurudev,
Gurudev,
Gurudev, Gurudev, Jayo, Jayo Gurudev.
Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Nitai Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gora Hari Bol.
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
Nitai Gora Hari Bol,
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol,
Nitai Gaura.
Hari Bol, Nitai Gora Hari Bol.
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
Oh, Nitai Go, Nitai Go, Nitai Go, Nitai Go.
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 Jai Jai Shri Radhe Shyam.
Jai Nitai,
Jai
Nitai, Jai Nitai, Jai Nitai. Jai Ho, temple devotees. You did fantastic. Nachere, nachere. Hamare Pujari Dev and everybody else. Yeah, that was excellent. The altar looks amazing. Everybody, big round of applause for the decoration team. Your lordship look beautiful. And thank you for all the donations everybody has given to Eka Chakra Dham. They are very, very pleased. And on your name, there's so many lakh people who came, they were fed. And so well done to you. They chose Coventry of all the places in the world. Eka Chakra, Coventry was selected and all of you supported. I was really overwhelmed. And we were able to send £1,500, which is quite a lot in rupees. And excellent. And the cake has come now. And I don't know who's going to represent Nityananda Prabhu. Looks like Tatiksha wants to volunteer. Again. Jai Ho. So the cake is ready. Can we have a close look at the cake? It's green. It's red. There is no blue. Oh, that's sorry. That's kiwi. Kiwi is green. Is that jelly at the top or strawberry? What are those little black things? Blueberries, yeah. Oh, that's blueberries. Yeah, there you go. And there's a heart on the altar which is zooming in. There you go. Happy Valentine's Day to everyone. Hope you loved Nityananda Prabhu from the heart. Today was the opportunity. Okay, so Vidur Prabhu, are you going to cut it or Pujari Dev is going to cut it or Pranava Prabhu is going to cut it? Answer.
Vidu Prabhu is not here. Me and Pranava Prabhu can cut if you allow.
Oh, yeah. You're a divine couple. Well, it's Valentine's Day, so everything is linked with divine. All right, have you got Jyot? Say Jyot. ज्योत से ज्योत जगाते चलो, ज्योत से ज्योत जगाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो, राह में आए जो नीताए चांद, राह में आए जो नीताए चांद, उसको गले से लगाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो. Jai Ho. Are we ready? Okay. So please, round of applause for the divine couple there. One is Brahmachari, the other one is Grihastha. What a combination. Here we go. Happy birthday to Nityananda. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Nityananda. Happy birthday to you. Hare Krishna to you. Hare Krishna to you. Hare Krishna, dear Nityananda. Hare Krishna to you. Nidai Chan. Excellent. Haribol. Haribol. So I'd like to thank you at the temple. You really worked hard for so many days. And well done. Yeah, excellent. And Gaur Purnima is going to be even bigger. So please get your kirtans ready. And by that time, I hope Corona is a bit less, and then we can do some sort of service. Then we can clean the temple up beforehand, do a whole lot of things there. So again, thank you for all your donations, all your support to the temple, to Eka Chakra, all the kirtans. The children did amazing, didn't they, Anuragi? It was fantastic. You really brought them up nicely at the temple, and they really come out good. And they can sing kirtans on their own. Otherwise we used to just include them and all that. So done excellent. And Mrs. Roy and Alpa Devi and Janaki and Ishani and Prem Prakash and all the children, everybody. Thank you so much. Anuragi, thank you. So before I forget you there, that was nice. So please, more and more Gaudiya Vaishnava bhajans, please learn them. And also Shraddha Devi in the morning with Abhishek, she sang. Yeah. Oh yeah, Anil Prabhu. Yeah, Anil Prabhu is always there, very supportive. Thank you very much. Well, there's loads of names and all that. And all the viewers, thank you for watching and hope you enjoyed it like we did. And Raghupati Prabhu, thank you for coming on. And the church was absolutely brilliant, lovely clarifications. And we're going to have more and more of this. And we're going to speed things in realizing Nityananda Prabhu and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we become attached to the lotus feet of Radha Krishna by their mercy. Thank you so much. And all I'll say is, if you made any mistakes, please forgive us. The problem with stuff like that, that's electronic. Okay, thank you very much. Bolo. Jai Nitai! Jai Nitai! Jai Nitai! Pujari Dev. Oh, I think they started. Goranga, Goranga. Goranga, Goranga.
Tahara seva nitya Nithai pada sada kono asha Krishna Krishna Hare Hare